All right. That's why I can watch the chat. It's just me. All right, so if you're watching this now or you're watching this later, let me explain what I'm doing. I am going to make a masterboard. Oh, you've done that before, Susan. I have. But I'm going to make this one out of labels. I have all the labels. All the labels. And more labels. And even more labels. This is not my idea. Totally got this from a YouTube channel called WW Designs. And I thought, well, that was very creative. So I'm not sure what her first name is. She's in Australia. And she has like a masterboard book. And I've seen other people do that. But she made one totally out of labels. So that's what I'm going to work on today. So if you want to join in and you brought your labels and you brought your cardstock or you brought your less loved scrapbook paper, or if you've got like a whole bunch of the same kind, like if you go to Hobby Lobby and you get those that are on clearance and there's like a lot of the same ones in there, it's a great time to use those. So gonna get started with, oh, I don't know. Let's start with a square one here in the middle. Probably use glue stick, but for me, glue stick doesn't stick very well. Like over time, things pop up. I have green labels and numbers. I'm not sure what that is. These are some, I don't know if you hear the dogs barking. Oh, these are shabby dabby doodah labels. And then I've got a bunch of these, I don't even remember where they came from. Some of these are Tina's. Those are just small. Well, that's a fun one. Oh, but that's blue on next to blue. Let's try to be different. I think I was trying to sort one time and sort by color and take out the small ones and put the big ones in the books. And I just forget what I have. So if you have labels, who are your, or who is your favorite label maker? I tend to gravitate towards Michelle at the Junk Journal Studio. And I have some Tracy Fox ones. And a few from Tina. Shabby dabby doo dah. Oh, let's see. Let's use some small ones. But I just have an abundance, and I need to use them up. So let's pull out a chunk of these red ones, some of these, as they're all printed kind of different. I don't know if I want aqua in there. Fix this book. The washi tape is coming undone. All these little ones. So if you're here, say hi so I know who's watching. And I know a lot of people are watching hurricane coverage, and we've been doing that all day. So I'm just taking a little break here from all of that news. Hey, MK. Hope all is well with you in North Carolina, Eastern North Carolina. Don't have to all turn the same way. Trim that one a little bit better. A lot of these I trim, do fussy cutting while I am watching TV. It's a great time to do those things. A lot of red. I don't think I'm ready for that much red yet. But I did try to sort one time by color and then size. It's a masterboard. I saw this idea last night when I was up late watching YouTube. Her channel is WW Designs, and I'll have it linked in the description. I guess when I'm done, I'm not sure how to do that while I'm recording. But WW Designs, and she has like a masterboard book, and each page, she's got different ideas basically. And I've seen other people, do those things as well. Excuse me, got a little choked up there. Anyways, and she was, sharing this idea on her channel about using up labels. I was like, oh my gosh, I have so many labels. What a great idea. And, cut them, use them how you want to. Like I said, I should do a better job of cutting, but I guess when I cut in front of the TV, it's only going to be about so good. But I have so many labels. And a lot of them I just don't see because they're in these little books and in these little, stackable containers. So trying to use up, like, just have so many. A bunch of these too are stamped. These are the ones I made. I guess I should have dumped all those out, but that looks like a little tag. To finish my journal I was working on last 2 videos, but I just want to do something different this time. Hello, how are you? Yeah, if I put things away, I forget it too. In fact, I was looking through, I have totes, and when I get like a little haul or something from whatever craft store, and I had to put some of it away for later. I was looking at one yesterday. I was like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot I bought that. So out of sight, out of mind. That's terrible. And Well, I made these books to kind of help with, seeing it, but I just had so many. These were just overflowing. There's a good one. I mean, some of these are very specific, like they're words or definitions or they're quotes or something. So, but these just random labels. So, what are y'all's favorite, or who makes your favorite labels, or do you make your own? I've been trying to make some digitally, but I'm not that great at it. It takes a lot more patience and a better, maybe computer setup than what I've got going on right now. Postage. That would be a good master board too. To make one out. I think is that Tim Holtz? I think that's Tim Holtz. To make a master board out of stamps. Now that you said that, sounds like a great idea. I have some of these. I don't even know what they say. They're just kind of old and kind of faded when they, snipped it and turned it into a label. Yeah, she did. She did do that. I remember watching that. That would be a fun master board. I like the idea that nice. I like the idea of the master board book and making own labels. I do. I like. I mean, you'll see. They're, they're not the best. This was me experimenting on. When you tear off the book page edges, and the Tim Holtz inks were better. This is the archival ink, and it kind of. I don't know if you can see that. Kind of. Well, it could be this paper too. They bleed, and in fact, that kind of um, stained the stamp I was using. So things to think about. Or sometimes you don't know till you do it and it happens. I need to find something for that spot right there. Special delivery. I like using Michelle Junk Journal Studio. I like using Tina Shabby Dabby Doo. I have a few of hers. Tracy Fox, Tim Holtz. There's one. I bet these little strips like this are from that Nine of Crones. And if you like making master boards and you like ideas, Belinda at Visualized NZ, she has a monthly like master board theme. Like there was one with washi tape. I need to go make that one. And what was this last one? Was it magazine images? I forgot, but she's got a lot of great ideas. I refilled my bottles with the last of my glue. So gonna need to reorder soon. Where should I put this one? Oh, put it up there. And I'm just gluing on a piece of cardstock, but um they this WW Designs, she used a sketchbook. She said she just got a cheap one at the store. So every page, has a different master board on it, and you can take it out and use it when you need it, which I think is a pretty cool idea. I think Gail Augustinelli, she did one. But hers is like using like a big, thick, almost like a magazine, but like a booklet, Medicare or Cruise Line or something where the pages are thicker. Um, and I think that's a good idea too. Let's get some of these green ones. But I've been putting them in, this is what I'm doing now to get better. These are a few of my labels. Free in my coffee shop. But I'm trying to group them as I buy them. At least by the person, that made them. Oh, I have for each and Bella, a few of hers. So I probably won't cut this up tonight. I'll probably just save it for when I'm ready to use it. Hope the weather is good where everybody is. It's chilly here yesterday morning. I got out, I had a doctor appointment. I had to put my jacket on. And yeah, I'm in East Texas, so that was nice. Nice change after all these days where we've been in the hundreds recently, or almost 100, high 90s. I didn't go out today. Still in pajamas. I did shower though. um, do I do what one at a time? MK. I didn't catch what we were talking about. Masterboards? Like the masterboard book? Oh, you were asking her. Um, if making hers takes time. Okay, get it. I'm sorry. I'm trying to read my phone. Gotcha. Um, I know what I make when I try to make more than one. that was that, that was that attempt there with all these little. That was a Maggie Holmes stamp. It's nice to use it for stamps. These are from somebody. These are fun. These are just like these types of stamps. Oh, there's a good example of one that bled using the archival ink. It was the vintage photo one, but it sure, it stained my stamp and everything. I think that's fun though. I don't know if you've seen me make those little strippy bits from those page edges. That's a good time to make them. I take just like a piece of cardstock. In fact, let me show you. I'll take a piece of cardstock like this and I'll get those page edges and just use a piece of washi tape and down the edge and I'll put them on this side. And I'll get my stamps out. You can see where I stamped there. And I'll just stamp across them and then you tear them apart. And we don't have to tear them apart until you need them, but make those little, get out of there, those little strippy bits. Those were nice for all kinds of things. You can, separate them by each one, make a label, but they're really cool just to have like a background. And what do you stamp yours on? Like when you stamp it on like a sheet of them at a time, what kind of paper are you using? Oh, on a spot. Oh, there's that little small. Let's see, where can we put that? Fit right there. Oh, my glue, you guys. This is what happens. We don't want to waste it though. Now it's gonna be on my finger. Let me get a wipe. Sorry for the noise. That is okay. Yeah, I have a lot of I know at the very beginning I was talking and nobody was here yet, but I have a lot of double scrapbook pages or more than that where I got it at Hobby Lobby and those clearance packs, and they are they put a bunch of the same in the bag and you can't see them, so I tend to use those extra ones, like if you cover where the design is, like this paper, if you were to cover that side, and then the back, you could journal on when you cut it apart. This always happens when I fill it up. I don't know if I have overflowed, but I was trying to get all of it out. It's gonna be on my finger. Ugh. And that's a juicy piece. Squish. I don't tend to do like I know some people when they are gluing, they glue on top of a book page and they call them the glue pages. I don't really do that. So I just kind of repurpose a piece of cardstock until it's just kind of gross, like this one. Just repurpose it. Like I've used that side. There's some blue. There's some glue from today, some Mod Podge. Oh, that's nice too. They got glue everywhere. I don't think I necessarily want it. I guess I should turn it around. Maybe that'll look like it's right side up for you guys. I forget when I have to go live. It's hands from the sky. Now it looks like it's in the right direction for you guys. Just got to remember that. What's for supper tonight? What's everybody eating? When I'm done with this, I'm making pancakes. Oh, I sand the paper. I need to get some sandpaper. Nachos. You put jalapenos on your nachos? Or is it like taco nachos. Like ballpark nachos are, chips, cheese, and jalapenos. And then you've got like dinner nachos where you put meat or beans or no heat for MK. I'm tending to gravitate towards all the rectangular pieces. Black beans. We tend to use pinto beans here in Texas. I mean, some people use black beans. Mmm. I love some pico de gallo. Y'all are speaking my language. What's in this one? Oh, those were tiny Tim Holtz things. Most of them, not all of it. What's your favorite crafting tool these days? Like, what's the tool you use the most besides scissors and glue? That's a given. What are you? Oh, Susan, that's glue. What are you using the most these days? Swipe some of that off of there. Oh, that's red and green. I could use this at Christmas. No, that one's gonna need more glue. So while you're telling me your favorite tool, I will say this cardstock I didn't pay for. I mean, I paid for it. It wasn't new. It was from a thrift shop. I have one that I go to from time to time, and they just have packs of paper for super cheap. Yeah, I need to get a new craft knife because mine keeps coming unscrewed and the blade comes out. I need to slow stitch. Yeah, a lot of fabric in your journals. When we were originally going to go to North Carolina to visit my in-laws this summer, and that was going to be my goal, was to work on that while I was out there. I figured that'd be easy to take with me, but we ended up not going. So I ended up not working on slow stitching, even though that was a goal this year when I did my junk journal January goals. And junk journal January will be here before you know it. I feel like I need to trim that one. Oops. Who do you watch for your slow stitching? I know Rachel from Roxy's Creations does it, and I think her sister does it. And I've like subscribed to a few channels, and I think she was one, but I haven't, like I said, just gotten down and gotten into it. So who's your go-to? So don't they have like a challenge? I was really trying not to buy a whole lot of stuff, so I did buy a few things the beginning of the year, but I just never made anything. Sarah, yeah, that's her sister, I believe, right? Yeah, some of these are Tim Holtz pieces. Oh, I feel the glue oozing out. Yes. Kate with the empty nest. I'll have to look her up. This is my label with a label stamp. I want to say that's a Maggie Holmes stamp. Let's go down. Specimen label. Some of these are really needed back when I was doing. Oh, I hope I'm still streaming. Okay, it glitched on me. I don't know what was up with that. Let me move my mouse. Maybe that'll help. We get there some circles on there eventually. Let's fill in some more spots though. I think that's no, like for number. I think that came from a set that had numbers on it. But I enjoy junk journaling. How long have y'all been junk journaling? Because the end of this month will be my second anniversary of junk journaling. I feel, 2 years in, I feel like sometimes I still don't do stuff right. And I feel like there's no rules in junk journaling. I feel like sometimes, like you said, maybe we're confused on some things. But if you did something different, I think that's exciting though. When you've got something different going on. Among the bee papers. And sometimes too, that's when new ideas form. A remains of the day journal. That's a I know that's a movie. Is it a book? I don't know. I'm not a book reader. I really wish I was because I have a lot of friends who read them, but I know it's a movie. Remains of the day. Everybody's gonna be like, Susan doesn't read. I do read children's books at school. I did read Outlander. My college roommate made me read it back in 1992, 90, yeah, 93, 92, somewhere around there. Oh, that would have been a good one. I needed a bee from a video that came out today for Which One Wednesday. I needed a bee or a dragonfly. That would have been a good bee. Paper covers, scraps, stencils, mixed media, video courses. Yeah, I really need to do some courses. I feel like my camera keeps glitching. Maybe that's just me. If you hear noises, my husband and daughter are getting ready to leave. She has an appointment to get to. So sorry for any background noise. And the Bumpus's dogs are barking next door. Or across the corner here. Bumpuses. I'm ready for Christmas. I really need to start on the slow stitching. I'm sorry if I just got loud there for a second. I feel like my hands, I'm in my 50s now, and I feel like sometimes I drop things a lot. If you ever watch any of my videos, I drop things a lot while I'm gluing. Oh my gosh, speaking of glue. So I feel like if I'm going to do hand sewing, like slow stitching, I need to get on it before my hands become incapable of doing such a task. It sounds terrible, but I feel that's where it's going. Okay. I forgot already. I feel like this is the Beverly Hillbillies glue. It's, bubbling up. Let's wipe this. What is your glue of choice? Let me ask that. I like Barely Art. Oh, maybe this one not tight enough. Now I need another wipe. Yeah. Sorry for the noise. Yeah, I don't Fabri-Tac. I have Fabri-Tac, but it smells. And I use it for if I want to put fabric to paper, basically, or something that really needs help. I do use this sometimes, but I typically use Barely Art and what is it? Margaret calls them Art and Bart. Barely Art and Art Glitter Glue. Yeah, I need a circle somewhere. Yeah, let's put something there so we can put a circle. That's too long. Elmer's. So for my glue stick, I use the Tombow mono glue stick. Is permanent and it works all right, but I don't know if it's because I'm in East Texas where it's just hot all the time, but I feel like things hot glue. I use glue stick on. Um, it doesn't. I probably should put something underneath that. Oh, hurry, fast, Susan. Was that 66 or 99? We'll go with 99. Um, like they pop off. They don't stay well. In fact, even at school, kids, we do math journals and they use glue stick. And, halfway through the year, their stuff's coming off the page. And trust me, they use plenty of glue stick. They're not holding back on glue. So when I glue things with a glue stick, I take my gluing tips from them and just glue every inch of it. Kids are funny. Oh. I really wish when I was a younger teacher that I had written down more of the funny things that happened during, school year. I remember some stories that are hilarious, and I'll tell them over and over again. But I probably could have written a book on just the funny things kids say. It would be a bestseller, the New York bestseller list. Oh, put that upside down. Oh yeah, that is a whole journal idea. You betcha. I'll tell you one of the funny stories. So I've taught every grade between kinder and 8th grade except for second. I've not taught second grade. Could never get switched to second grade, but whatever. I spent 5 years teaching first grade, and one of the students came up. We were getting ready to do like centers, and he came up, and one of the centers was like silent reading, like get a book, silently read. Like you could just find you a quiet spot and sit and read. And this little boy came up. His name was Jordan. I still remember him to this day. It's a funny story. And Jordan came up and he said, ma'am, may we, he had a classmate with him. He said, may we read in Peaches? I was like, Peaches? Jordan, I don't understand what you're telling me. Can you say that again? He repeated himself. He said, may we read in Peaches? I was like, I'm not sure what you're trying to tell me. Is there another way that you can tell me what you're trying to tell me? He said, yeah, can we read together? And I was like, oh, you mean pairs. It's the best story. And I don't remember his last name, but oh my gosh, his name was Jordan. I don't even remember who the other kid was with him, but I remember Jordan coming up. Ma'am, may we read in Peaches? Okay. Okay, let's get these on the edge here. Oh, I might make it to the end of the hour and be done with the project. How about that? 31. First graders were the most hilarious kids. cinnamon and drop stuff, and they're always glued things. Um, so I used to teach in South Texas because that's where I'm from, and there was a little boy, and he was kind of new to the class if I remember correctly, and every time I'd call on him to answer a question, he wouldn't answer, and I was like, um, "Why don't you answer when I call on you? Do I need to say it a different way? Are you not understanding me?" I was trying to prompt all these reasons why he's not answering me. He was like, "Well, you're not saying my name." I was like, "Well, your name's Jose." And he's like, "No, my name is not Jose." And I was like, "Well, what is your name?" And he took the biggest breath. And he said, "My name is Jose." I was like, but that's what I said. He was like, "No, you're saying Jose. My name is not Jose. It's Jose. That is what my dad calls me. That is my name." I was like, "All right, will do." And for the rest of the year, every time I got ready to say his name, I had to take a deep breath. Jose. Jose was a funny kid. And after that, he would answer my questions. So I just wasn't saying it the way his dad said it. And I'm from South Texas, so I know how to say names with an accent. I just didn't say it with such gusto. Yeah, I said Jose. Like, it was like robust. Like I took a deep breath and it was like Jose every time. And he would answer my question. And if I forgot and didn't do that, he wouldn't answer. So, but that's his dad would call him, by his name and he'd say Jose. It's like, all right, I can do it. And when they say, and y'all probably know this, when they say little kids will tell all your family's business, they are not wrong. Ooh, I learned a lot about families. I'm like, I don't think they wanted you to share that information. Probably have been best to kept that private. So I really people need to watch what they say around their kids because kids will tell on you. Oh, don't want that there, but there. Some of these long ones. This one needs to be trimmed. Scissors. I did not ink any of these. I think that it would take entirely too long. But I suppose you could. That was the look you're going for. Almost done. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Just had to take a break from watching storm coverage all day. My husband works from home, so now I get to see. I'm on fall break. I don't know if I mentioned that. I'm on fall break. I don't get to see him a whole lot during the day, so thank you. It's nice to get to spend some time with him, but also get to see what he does. And a lot of it is watch the weather. So, especially if there's some sort of big weather event that is like that, needs something right there. He is all up in that, trying to watch what's going on, keeping up. Don't want that. How about some more greening? Come on. So, MK, I don't know if you've heard people say this in North Carolina. This was one of the first things I learned, phrases. We're in the short rows. I never heard that growing up in Texas. And then we lived when we first got married, we actually lived in Greenville, well, Winterville. Um, and I taught in a little rural school near there. And yeah, so they would say, "Oh, you're in the short rows now." I'm like, what are you saying? So I told my husband, "What does that mean?" And he said, "Well, it has to do with farming." Yeah, the short rows of tobacco. Exactly. Um, when you're farming, here in Texas, like most of our fields, crops are square, rectangular, they have corners. Um, but in North Carolina, they're like all in between the trees and stuff. And so you have rows that are longer and rows that are shorter. But yes, ding, 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 you're correct. It's the short rows of, well, tobacco or whatever they're growing. Like that's good job. That and the phrase one more again, which is one more time. No, it just means you're almost done. You're almost done picking the crop because now you're down to the short rows. Like you've picked the long rows. Excuse me. You've picked all the long rows that took up most of your time, and now you're down to these short little rows. So you're almost finished doing whatever it is you're doing. Good use for these tiny little labels. I'm over here antisocial. Yeah, the light at the end of the tunnel. Like you're almost there. You're almost done. The job's about complete. Well, you have to stop being antisocial. I say that, but I I work all day, and sometimes I don't want to talk to anybody after work. I don't know if anybody else is that way, but after I've been talking all day and talking all day, I don't want answering 1,000 questions. I don't want to talk anymore. Letterbox. And then my husband's the opposite. He's home all day, and he stays home with our oldest child. She's autistic. Um, so it's just the two of them, and they kind of, he's doing his thing for work, and she does her thing. He may on occasion talk to someone at work, um, but like I forgot all about looking at my little books for things. I've been working on all the things that are in the little bowls. I need some small things. How about a number? So he wants to talk when I get home. And I'm like, I don't want to talk. I pulled those in. I don't want to use them. Maybe that one. I feel like that covers up too much. I got to turn it around, guys. I can't see the bottom. Okay. Now I can see all my holes. There's a hole there. I feel like that's the same color, though. Let's go with the green. Yeah, my daughter, she'll be 22 in November. Um, her best friend has Asperger's. She's in Virginia. She used to be in North Carolina with us, but they moved also. She's very high functioning, but right now she's home all day. It's not a lot of resources here. And trying to get her motivated. Or she graduated, like right after COVID, we all went back to school and she's, having to wear a mask and that didn't help things. Oops. A little piece of, I gotta dump this little sliver of trash on my, no, it wants to stay. No, you cannot. Okay. Thank you. I saw her video. Of course, I feel like her, yeah, everybody else's is always better. We're always our own worst critic. And I think too, using it helps when you've got a neutral background that you're putting it on. So if you miss little spots, it's not too noticeable. But I have all these things I never would have used because they were hiding. Oh, almost done. A spot there. That's already blue. That's already Tim Holtz. Blue that, and then we'll just trim the edge. Then you could go back in and add, you know, more circle elements like this into tiny little places. Like right here's a spot. It needs some covering. Okay, almost there. 5 more minutes. It doesn't cut off at the 5-minute mark, but I just want to be up here an hour. I'm gonna go make some pancakes. But I'll tag her below. I don't know her first name. I've only seen like 1 or 2 videos, but it's WW Designs. She's out of, like I said, Australia. Yeah, I'm not sure why I said it like that. Tiny labels. For tiny spots. Nope, that's where it wants to stay. Can't move it. Okay, let's do this one. I appreciate 2 of you joining in. That means a lot to me. Too long. Oh, come on, Susan. Reading a journal. Is that the last spot? Oh, there's a little spot down there. I think that is all the spot. Oh, one right there. Sliver right in the center. Here's a sliver piece. Okay. And I think that is it. Ta-da! Here, I'll turn it around so it's right set up for you guys. Like, turned out really cool. I would do that again. That would be a great, like, sitting in front of the TV activity. I kind of like her idea of getting like just a really cheap sketchbook, you know, not super high quality paper, and then you could just sit there and work on pages. And you don't even have to do it all, like every page, like complete it and then go to the next page. You could do a little bit on this page, and you know, now let's work on this page a little bit, and then you come back and revisit a page and work on it some more. So that's an idea. All right, I got to clean up this mess now that I've made, but I appreciate you and your time. And I'll be here on Saturday again. Saturday, we're going to do some mixed media. So if you've got alcohol inks and tape, we're going to work on that. Walmart. I need to go to Walmart. I've got one from Hobby Lobby, but I don't want to use it for this. I was using it for something else or saving it for something else. But I will go check out Walmart next time I go that way. Thanks for the suggestion. But I appreciate all of you for hanging out. All of you. Appreciate the two of you for hanging out with me. Well, this is 5 people, so I don't know who the other people are. My husband's probably one of them. I'm sure he has it on his phone. But I appreciate you guys. And if you can join me Saturday at 5 and watch me attempt to use alcohol inks for the first time ever. All right, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, bye.